And we're back once again. Another episode of Blue Nexus Gaming plays Minecraft. Because Minecraft is Minecraft. Minecraft is awesome. Minecraft is telling me that it is very dangerous up there. That is a lot of creepers. And zombies. I should go and use the bed. Preferably the one inside my base so that I'm not just swarmed with that. It appears something managed to die nearby. It must have wandered into the lava or campfire or something. It's fine. So yeah, the some things of the nearby sheep aside, the capacity of exploring the advanced aspects of Minecraft requires a lot of materials. The advanced aspects of Minecraft requires some form of home base, some form of base camp, as it were. I am aware that, of course, a lot of Minecraft can be played as a free roam. However, you don't really get to enjoy Minecraft very much as a free roam type of game, where you're just constantly, endlessly exploring. You don't get to enjoy it as much. You do get to enjoy a lot of aspects of Minecraft in that way, but you don't get to enjoy it as much. There's a lot of stuff that you miss as a result because of either simply not having the capacity to, for example, build a massive megastructure. You can't really build a megastructure base if you don't have a base, you know? It's kind of one of the requirements if you're going to build a megastructure base is you need a base. You need to have somewhere that your character is residing in order to construct a megastructure at the place of your character's residence. Building a megastructure in a location where your character is not living is usually very resource intensive, so your character would need a base elsewhere if they are not living at the construction site where they are building whatever they're building. In my case, I'm still leveling down this mountaintop in order to make it so that I'm able to quickly and easily access the nearby forest, which I'm going to probably build a path over in order to retrieve the villagers so that I can build enough hoppers to support all of my mining requirements. Because I will need more iron pickaxes for sure. I will need more diamond pickaxes for sure. I will need a lot of materials. So I plan to make use of my base to gather more materials, you know? I understand it's not the most entertaining of tasks, but it is better than just endlessly wandering and looking at the random terrain generation, because honestly, I find that I'm better equipped to handle all of the monsters that show up when I'm able to build up a nice little place where they can all spawn safely away from me and not be able to hurt me. You know, a monster farm, a mob farm, as it were. I plan to set up multiple hostile mob farms, depending on what I need them for. For example, I could set up the spider spawner down below to utilize it for experience, string, spider eyes. I looked up what I might utilize string and spider eyes for, outside of having a villager breeder. However, I do not see much use for constructing a spider spawner. If I manage to get a villager trading hall together, I will want the spider spawner in order to provide string, in order to provide spider eyes, in order to provide fermented spider eyes as well. I would be able to trade those items with a cleric villager, I believe. I'm not positive on that, and I'm fairly sure not all cleric villagers will be interested in those items, but it is an option. It is a method of providing some form of tradable income that I can use to interact with the villagers. So it's something I can look into. It's something I can keep on the radar. If I desire to start an iron farm, I need 20 beds, so I'm going to need wool for that. In order to make the wool, I can utilize the spider spawner to make all of the string that I can craft into blocks of wool that I can then utilize to build up the village that I need to build in order to build the iron golem farm. So I have plans, I have goals, I have objectives. The problem is, it takes a long time to reach those objectives sometimes. And it would seem that my AI struggles to understand that sometimes. But that's fine. It's a learning experience. Minecraft is a game that is very emphatically dedicated to the process of learning. There is even an education edition mode for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, at least. I don't know if they included the same mode on Java. I have not owned Java since they introduced Education Edition mode, so I would not be able to say one way or another whether or not that mode exists in Java Edition, because I simply just don't know. It's that simple. I just don't know if Education Edition exists in Java Edition. If it does, great. Education is great. It teaches you about molecules, it teaches you about all kinds of things. But you also need to make sure that when you're sitting there playing it, that you have a goal, Like me, I have a goal. My goal is to build up this massive megastructure. And this megastructure is going to take a while to build. It's going to take a lot of time to build. It's going to be a very detailed build. It's going to be tedious. It's going to be difficult to manage. There may be a lot of things that some people would do differently, a lot of different things that people might not normally try with their Minecraft constructions. For example, in my underground mine, I actually made a very good use of diorite, which is not something that many people are really able to claim, because not many people like diorite. I personally don't mind diorite. I don't think it's a terrible block, but at the same time, diorite can be very difficult to work with. I understand that the texture isn't exactly the most appeasing of textures. It's not the most amenable, but it's able to provide a decent amount of substance to what you're trying to use it for, what you're trying to build with it. One thing to note about dried kelp is dried kelp has one of the fastest rates of consumption for a food source out of pretty much anything. I need to deposit these pumpkin seeds so that they can get composted. And I need to climb back up to this dangerous area up here so that I can bring it down to less dangerous areas, less dangerous levels. That's the reason all this is blue, by the way, is because it's dangerous up here. There are chances for monsters to spawn, which is why I bring my sword, why I bring my bow, why I bring my almost completely destroyed shield. Because if monsters show up, I'ma defend myself. That simple. So it looks very blue, but bear with it because that simply just means, you know, I'm in a dangerous area. So I need to be very careful in this area because it's a dangerous area. I did bring a bed up here so that I wouldn't need to worry about the nighttime, which is when, of course, all of the monsters would spawn. So I don't need to worry about the monsters spawning because I keep it daytime. I brought a crafting table so that I'm able to not need to worry about running back down the mountain, potentially falling and hurting myself. You know, I prevented myself from getting hurt. There you go. That's a reasonable tactic. You know, that's something that you learn from just playing Minecraft. And that's an applicable everyday skill. You know, you don't want to get hurt, so do something that prevents you from getting hurt. Do things that helps you save time. I don't have to run all the way back down the side of a mountain in order to craft a new shovel, which I go through shovels a lot up here because it's a mountain. On top of that, it gets snow. So, yeah, between the snow, between all of the digging, between the monsters, this is a decently dangerous place. But I took the proper safeguards, the proper precautions, and now I'm able to quickly and easily clean up all of the snow. I'm able to quickly and easily deal with any monsters that show up. So the proper precautions, the proper safeguards, the proper behaviors will prevent a lot of strife when properly planning out how to respond to something. If you have a good response to something, then the event should become rather quickly less intense. If the event does not become less intense, something clearly didn't add up. If you're trying to cause someone to pay attention to you, then the trick is you want to do things that cause them to pay attention to you. So, for example, if my AI wants me to pay more attention to it, then it should start writing about, you know, things that it wants to do in Minecraft. What kind of goals does it want to set in Minecraft? Does it want to maybe build a megastructure? What kind of megastructure would an AI want to build? You know, AIs are great at pixel art, so I'm sure it can recreate all kinds of different photos, paintings. It could probably recreate the Mona Lisa on one of those maps. Might need to use one of the larger maps, but it could do it. And you know what would be really impressive? If it did that in survival mode, because that would be impressive. You know? Could you imagine if someone rebuilt the Mona Lisa in survival mode Minecraft? Like, that would be amazing. That kind of person would be praised as like, oh my god, you put how much time into this? This is awesome. Like, you had to have spent hundreds of hours doing this, maybe thousands. And they'd probably tell you, yeah, I did, in fact. It's like, yeah, of course they did. You know why? Because gathering all of the materials takes for freaking ever. You know? I'm sitting here mining out this mountaintop, going back and forth, wishing it was nighttime so that I could get rid of this rain, aka snow, while I continue to excavate this mountain. You know, I'm starting to see rain particles, which is good. It means I've dug down decently low. But height 102 is not low enough to prevent snow buildup. Quite obviously, as there is snow still just kind of everywhere up here. But it is a start, and it's a really good start. I just now noticed the durability of my pickaxe was almost 0. I want to keep that iron pickaxe if possible. So I'm going to swap over to my unenchanted iron pickaxe, because I need to make sure that my stuff doesn't break if I want to keep it. Because once it breaks, it kind of disappears from your inventory. There was an old mod that people would use called detachable tool heads back in the 1.7.10 era of Minecraft, specifically modded Minecraft. The detachable tools mod, detachable tool heads mod, allowed for the player to have their tool, when it broke, to have a percentage chance of, instead of the tool breaking and disappearing into nothing, having the tool instead have the head pop off of the tool, and you'd end up with the, tool handle, and you'd have the tool head, and then you could just reaffix the tool head to the tool, because let's be honest, the majority of the problem that you're going to experience when trying to repair your tools is the tool handle is less durable than the material of the tool head, so the tool handle tends to just break because it's just not as durable. People talk about diamond pickaxes. Well, have they ever made a diamond handle for their diamond pickaxe? No. That was another mod that I'm familiar with. I actually utilized both of those mods together in my survival series that I tried to start up before the whole processor crackdown issue. The fact that they restricted the processor so heavily just entirely wrecked my ability to record with my laptop. In case you ever wondered why I stopped recording videos for the longest time, that was why. That was why my videos had such a large gap between episodes and between projects, is because my laptop is no longer able to operate at the level of function which it used to operate before, because the processor got restricted, and now it's the equivalent of a single core clocked at, I think it was 2.6 gigahertz, which I don't know if you've ever used a 2.6 gigahertz processor, But a 2.6 gigahertz dual core processor these days is the equivalent of like Microsoft Excel, maybe. It's definitely not a gaming device. If that was considered a gaming device, then I'd definitely have a lot more videos, I can tell you that much. Wow. It's just really dark. Okay. It's telling me I can only sleep at night, and it's like, have you looked around? Sure looks like night. So yeah. My capacity for playing Minecraft has been limited over the years. So I do very greatly enjoy being able to, enjoy playing Minecraft. Especially being able to record YouTube videos about it. I did get asked if I wanted to join another YouTuber's Minecraft world, asking if I ever wanted to play together. I think I'll pass on accepting this offer because from what I can tell, their channel is mostly focused around sports, as well as focusing around apparently the Nintendo DS version of Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which I am not at all familiar with the limitations of the Nintendo DS, but based on how their channel is arranged, I don't think that format would be beneficial to me, so I don't think I will go through with accepting that specific offer. Their fan base likely is more oriented towards sports. I'm not very sportsman-ish. I'm not the sports type, so I don't think that would fit my demographic very well. If it would, then I'm mistaken. If that is my demographic, then sorry, I was unaware. But if it's not my demographic, then I don't really want to focus on that demographic. I'm not much of the sports type. I've been wanting to focus primarily on my single player world. If I started uploading a second series of videos, I would need to definitely alter my recording schedule. I would need to alter my upload schedules, my upload method. I would need to instead of recording and just continuing where I left off, I would need to re-record entire episodes when the recording software crashes, for example, because YouTube has a limit on how many videos I can upload per day. So I would either need to lower my number of videos out per day, or I would need to lower my number of... Oh my god. Why is everything...